All right, guys, we are back with some more MX versus ATV Legends. Today, we are going to check out the customization. Now, before we get into it, I do want to say I am a little bit disappointed. The customization system for the bike and rider is fine. It's perfectly fine, but there isn't much, especially for the bike. And the bike is what we're gonna show here first. So we're gonna jump into it, head to the garage. This is where all your vehicles will be, your bikes, your quads, your UTVs. This is where all that stuff is. But then you have tuning and the parts. And the tuning, I kind of want to go over in a different video, just kind of showing you quickly how it is. But basically, you have the right side and left side, and then you choose to mix and match it to have the bike perform the way you want it to. There isn't a slider this time, so it is more basic, but it still does affect the way the bike or quad or UTV perform. Now we're in the parts. Now the parts, it's a little bit disappointing for two reasons. The first one, there isn't many options, right? If you don't count the THQ Nordic, the Rainbow, or the Phoenix or Gold, as far as the real brands go, there isn't that many in the game. So that is kind of disappointing. Also, as far as I can tell for right now, the parts don't matter, right? So if you put an FMF exhaust on it, it doesn't make the bike perform any differently. So that, I guess, the system is good. Okay, the system is fine, but what we had with All Out, it was so much better. We had so many more options for the customization. You saw there it said Husky for the seat. That's a bug. I'm not worried about it. I'm sure they'll fix it eventually. It doesn't change anything. It's just the wrong name on it. But yeah, we also don't have any bike graphics. So just a bit disappointed with the bike side of the customization. All right, so we're switching over to the rider side. The customization for the rider is kind of equally disappointing. The system is fine. It's very easy, laid out really well, but there isn't much, right? You don't have very many options for the rider customization. Again, if you take away the Rainbow THQ brand, you don't have very many options. There just isn't much. And I know the goggles don't have the strap, but that's just a bug. You see it in gameplay. I'm sure they'll fix it. It isn't a big deal, but yeah, we don't have the strap, but not very many goggles. As far as like the gear sets, there isn't much. I really thought with the way All Out was, we would have way more options for the customization. I mean, All Out had tons and tons and tons of customization for the rider. It's just disappointing. I am a bit disappointed. I mean, it looks good and the system is fine, but maybe they'll add more eventually. But for right now, you just don't have very much. You can customize the gloves separately, which is great. I mean, they started doing that in All Out, and they kept it for this game. So I'm glad they have that. Yeah, man, I don't know. It just, after you play the game for quite a while, one of the things that I enjoy doing is having my rider look different every time I do a video or play the game. And with the way they have it set up here, you're going to run out of options pretty quickly, right? You're not, after a handful of rides, you're just not going to have any different, gear options. You're going to have run through most everything the game has to offer. Now, one thing you can do, it has been a thing in MX versus ATV for a while. You can, well, first of all, you can choose between a male or female, and then you can change your name or number. But if you have the Rainbow We have the THQ Rainbow helmet. If you have the goggles, the helmet, the gear, whatever, you can fully customize the color on whatever piece of gear it is, as long as it's the Rainbow THQ, the base gear, not an actual brand. That's cool. I have been using this helmet because you can make the helmet looks decent and you can make it fit whatever gear set you plan on using, but just disappointing. So we have a bit of gameplay here at the end. I want to talk about the customization a bit more. So I don't know. Maybe they plan on adding more companies, more gear options, more customization for the bike and rider eventually. I know in All Out they ended up adding more graphics kits to the bikes, especially the OEMs, because most of the time the OEMs don't come out with the game right away. They get added as a DLC that you can pick up later after the game's been out for a bit, but this time they came out with the game right away. They still are DLC. I've seen some people asking about that. No, they aren't in the game. If you want an actual OEM bike, you will have to buy it. I'm pretty sure you can buy it individually. I don't know how much they cost, but if I had to guess, probably around $2-3. That's usually what they are, but yeah, we know they've done that before, so maybe they do that with the gear for the rider, but I don't know. I don't know why they don't have very much. I mean, they don't. I'm happy with the game. I mean, we haven't done our review yet, but this is definitely something, again, I already said it, but after you play the game for a while, I'm thinking back to the way I play Encore, or did play Encore. After I played that game for hundreds and hundreds of hours, the main thing I wanted to do for the video was have my rider look different and use a different bike. We have the different bikes, but they're all gonna look stock for right now until or if they ever do add graphics kits, and usually the graphics kits aren't that good. I actually didn't think. Most of them were pretty decent in All Out. I didn't have a problem with it. Most of them, I ended up running some of them during videos. They were okay. I mean, they had some pretty iffy ones, but for the most part, they were pretty decent. So I'm hoping they can add the graphics kits, and I don't have my hopes set high for having more gear, because they haven't usually done that. I mean, even Encore had way more gear. Supercross came out, it had most of the gear from Alive, and then they did Supercross Encore and had updated more recent gear and a decent amount. So I don't know, man. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. How do you feel about the customization? This is for the version of the game that I'm playing on. It probably isn't the exact same version you have. So if your customization is different, or if you have more gear options or more parts for the bike, let me know down in the comments. I'd be really curious to see. I am playing on PC. I do plan on picking the game up for PlayStation or Xbox. I don't have a new PlayStation, a new PS5, or Xbox Series X, so probably gonna get it for the Xbox One, because my PS4 is getting kind of old and it's an OG. I'm not really sure how well the game is even going to play on that system, so I don't know. I mean, in my version of the game, this is what I have for customization. Just, final thoughts. It's good. It just isn't near as good as it was in All Out. All Out had a far better, not far better system, far more options for the gear that I really hope they can add more stuff into this one to give us more options, especially for the rider. I can live with the stock looking bikes and not very many parts to choose from. I can live with that, but need more gear. I've said it a million times. I'm repeating myself, but seriously, need more gear. It looks good. It had some render issues when you were looking at it, but when you play the game, when you're actually doing gameplay, it's fine. Like I said, the goggle straps, the clearness of the gloves, the helmet, all that's fine when you're actually playing the game. It's just like that in the customization menu. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. But you guys and girls are absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for the support on the channel lately. It really does mean a lot. And until the next video, take it easy.